This video is brought to you by ASIP12 Productions. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to enjoy the videos. Also, please try and comment and rate the videos. Thank you. Hey guys, ASIP here and welcome to C++ tutorial number 8. Today we're just going to be covering the problem of integer rollover. Before we get on to the tutorial though, I just want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, well, the main subject here is why haven't I been making videos for a while, and mainly, you know, my birthday's coming up. I'm 13 on the 24th of October, and as a present I decided to make my own computer. So me and my dad, we've both been researching parts, and it's quite exciting because I got 2 parts today. So I got the big case as well. Got the Antec 1200 series, I think it is. It's a really big case. Can fit like 12 drives in, so tons of space there, and it's really good for the cooling. Got lots of fans. So anyway, I'm not gonna blab on about the hardware because I'm sure a lot more of you are interested in the software / programming part. As well as that, I bought the Spore game and I've been playing that a lot. And I also bought Star Wars: The Force Unleashed on PS3, and that's a really cool game. I love the Star Wars series, and I love just, you know, blowing things back with the Force. And in this one, you're the dark side as well, so it's pretty cool. You get to use lightning and stuff. So yeah, I've been playing that quite a bit, and just played it tonight actually. But anyways, and the last thing I thought I just mentioned, and I thought it was quite funny actually, was that one of my videos, one of my montages, my game montages, which was pretty crap anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but it was taken down because I was using some music which apparently they didn't want me to use. And it's just kind of funny because I never realized, you know, they had people actively searching YouTube and stuff like that, you know, trying to find videos who were breaching the copyright. But you know, I don't care anyway. It's not a biggie. Anyway, moving on to the lesson. Let's open up Visual C++, and it's a pretty small file. We're just going to include IOStream so we can output the results, and we're just going to talk about again the problem of integer rollover as I put here. So first I'm going to create a long unsigned int called rollover and assign it the max value a long unsigned int can have, and that's 429.496.7295. So, and I've just commented create int at max value, and then we're going to increment this by 1. We're not going to say plus equals 5 or something, because if we said plus equals 5, we wouldn't know where the reaction happened, whether it happened after adding on 1 or after adding on 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So we're just going to do 1 for the moment. If that doesn't do anything, then we could go on to say plus equals 2 if we wanted, just to test, because we'd know if the reaction happened. It didn't happen at 1 because we previously tested 1 and adding on 1 and nothing happened. We know it happened at 2 and so on. But for the moment we're just going to do 1. And so here I say I commented increase by 1. What will happen? Because remember, I've created the maximum int value. So, you know, if you increment something past the max value, what happens? You know, it doesn't sound possible. And it is. And you can kind of work out what happens from these 2 words, roll and over. But for those who don't understand, just click the play button there. And we've outputted the answer, so we'll see what actually happens. Okay, now here we can see naught has been output, and the reason naught has been output is firstly because it's unsigned, so the minimum value must be naught because unsigned numbers can't go below 0. But basically, because it's got to the max value, C++ has said, hey, wait a minute, you've made that number higher than it possibly can go. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to set it to the minimum value. And it's sort of like, you got to imagine, for instance, you have a cylinder. Let's say you've got a cylinder with all the numbers, and it can be all over. So yeah, you've just got all the numbers, and you're at the max value, and you're looking at the max value on that cylinder. And if you increment it, say you roll it clockwise as you increment it, and anti-clockwise as you decrement it. So if you roll it clockwise, if you're at the max value and you roll it clockwise, that's incrementing, remember, what's the next number going to be? It's just going to be 0, isn't it? You know, if you imagine it sort of like this, here. 0, well, let's just copy and paste this. We've got this, just make some space here, change that to 4, change that to 3, then we've got 0, 1, 2. Okay, so you're at the max value here, and then you increment it by 1, and that takes you back to this number, and then if you increment it, you go to 1 and then 2. And that's what rollover is, really, essentially. It's just when we get to the max value, if we increment it, it rolls over to the minimum value, because there's no value it can go past max value, so it just rolls over back to the minimum value. So you might want to do some checking there whenever you're near the max value. And because when we increment it goes to the minimum value, of course when we decrement it, here I'm creating an int with a minimum value, when we decrement it, it goes to the maximum value, as you can see here. You can see this number, 429, 429, 496, 496, 7295, 7295, they're exactly the same. Okay, so it's not that hard of a concept to understand. I probably haven't explained it, you know, extraordinarily, but you guys should be able to understand it fairly easily, because it's not like it's difficult to understand. So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd make a quick tutorial. Lately I've been doing some of the, these sort of short ones, which aren't extremely well, this one's pretty pathetic. You know, they're not very they're not on big subjects. So the next tutorial I do in both JavaScript and C++, it's going to be on something big. I think for C++ we're going to be moving on to if statements, and then switch statements, and then we'll go on to loops, and maybe in between those ones I've just mentioned we'll look at arrays. Arrays are pretty cool, and yeah, you can store lots of information in an array. And after all those, we're going to move on to functions, and I'm not going to say any more because I'm just wasting your time. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. This has just been a tutorial by Ace12, over and out.